Vinit Goenka, would you not admit that this is a direct consequence of the kind of hate speech we saw, particularly from Minister Anurag Thakur just a few days ago?
Let me first condemn the incidents, because any violence has no place in a democratic society, especially a society like ours, which elects central government or state government. So one is this, and you are partially right. This is the consequences of the hate speeches. But to say that this is a consequence of hate speech done by this, because Anurag never did any hate speech.
Anurag he's been found guilty by the Election Commission of it. That's why he's been banned for 72
contest.
hours.
I have a right to contest, right?
Yeah, but the Election Commission perhaps knows better than us. And we saw what he was doing. He was inciting a crowd to shoot the traitors. So whose hate speech is this a result of?
That's what I'm trying to answer. So this is the hate speech of the people who said Tukde Tukde gang. This is the hate speech of the people. Let me explain. You will have to give me at least 10-15 seconds to explain. You give the gentleman 3-4 minutes. So you'll have to give me some seconds to explain. When you see crowd breaking violence, doing violence on the street, breaking glasses of the buses, calling names to your motherland, I'm sure somebody who is insane, who is not sensible, would do this kind of act.
Okay, firstly, nobody was indulging in violence today. Nobody was breaking buses.
So
this was
did Anurag Thakur talk about this thing today?
Yeah, but when he tells a crowd to shoot the traitors, then he's inciting
these
people.
Guys are not traitor.
No,
he's and rightfully today on your television,
very
sensibly. Let
Who
me tell you.
Who was indulging in violence today? Who?
No, Nidhi. Are these boys traitor? Who were protesting there? They're my brothers.
Who decide who is a traitor?
No. See, traitor of this country should be dealt with iron hand. Do we have any difference of opinion?
No.
They should be dealt with iron hand, and I stand with this.
And
two, no, I'm not digressing.
Today the people
you are not
who
allowing me to complete one sentence, Nidhi. I can understand your excitement.
You'll
have to give me one sentence. How will I make a meaning out of that? You want an answer or not? See, what you're trying to do is, the moment I open a word, if you override my word, being an anchor, how will I answer this?
Is it so difficult to condemn what has happened today unequivocally? Is this man not a terrorist?
The man who opened his gun? I told the first thing was...
Is he not a terrorist?
You have asked me 17 questions. Let me at least answer 2-3 questions of yours. No, why do you want to have an answer, yes or no? Let me have a right to speak. One, this is a result of those people who condemn this country. And see, traitors, these are not traitors. The people who are protesting, they are not traitors. They are my brothers. They have a right to protest. They have all the right to protest.
How is this not a result of the hate speeches of these ministers?
If it is a result of hate speech, then it is a hate speech which has been done. When the posters were shown, F Hindutva, when the posters were shown breaking of that swastika, when the posters said, humko chahiye azadi, when they were asking the questions to the matriarch, they were asking questions to the soldiers who were dying there on the borders. If that is the hate speech, this is not a hate speech. I repeat,
so Anurag Thakur was not hate speech?
No, I'll tell you. Traitor should be dealt with iron hand.
Anurag Thakur was
and if
not
that punishment which has been given to him, if that punishment has been given to him, I'm ready to take this similar kind of punishment. Every traitor, and these people who are protesting, they're not traitors.
So as far as
you're
concerned,
why are you trying to call them traitors? Are these people who are protesting are traitors? Please tell me.
I'm asking you that.
Why are you equating that?
Was the BJP MP and Anurag Thakur justified in what they said?
I repeat on your channel with lot of my consciences in place. A traitor should be dealt with iron hand. And let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you, these boys
are justifying what has happened today in Jamia.
No, that is your conclusion. I'm saying these people are not traitors. They are my brothers. They have a right to protest, and they are doing protest, and they are not traitors. And a traitor should be dealt with iron hand, and they should.
I appreciate Mr. Vinit Goenka condemning it in his very first sentence. I appreciate that. Another good thing he said was that he doesn't consider these guys traitors. He considers them as his brother. These are lovely statements. We should appreciate them first. And finally, I would say that
Mr. Goenka, would you admit though that the pictures there you see, not here but earlier when he's actually brandishing the gun and the police are just standing there, one guy is standing with his hands folded, that this has been an utter failure of the Delhi police?
No, I will not call that way. Rather, I would like to congratulate the police who did this very meticulously. And if you see subsequently, you are seeing only one part of that. The way the officer went ahead, if you continue this film, if this film is continued till the logical end where he's been arrested. The officer went, kept his hand on him, he braved his own life and then arrested him. So there are standard operating procedures. Sitting in this air-conditioned studio, I will not be able to comment on both of them. And if you see there is a boy, see the officer is coming up. If your PCR can continue to show this film, the officer just behind him is proceeding to arrest him, sir.
Outside JNU when the police was standing for 4 hours.
Sir, I never speak in between, sir.
A band of goons
patiently how is it in the national capital that somebody can brandish
I never speak in between somebody else.
How can somebody,
I would request you to let me complete my sentence.
Shoot at people.
Of course,
in
it
the
should be
national,
condemned. He should be arrested.
1 second, in front of in the national capital, in front of such so many armed policemen.
Of
Is
course,
that not a failure of law and order?
Of course.
It is a failure of law and
I
order.
would say it is not good in a society like us. Whether you break a bus or you shoot somebody, both are illegal. Both should not be done. Both should be condemned. Both should be given punishment. Whether a Jumman Chacha goes and breaks a bus or whether this guy brandishes a gun, he shoots. They both should be subjected to law.
Yeah,
Why?
Jasmine,
We should
you want to
condemn
come
both of
in?
them. And
Jasmine?
both of them have done something which is wrong.
You know, it's very nice for them to come in studio and say this. All their leaders outside studios and on the streets are inciting violence. They are calling a democratically elected chief minister of this country a terrorist. Their BJP state president, who's an MP from Delhi, says that ki usme galat kya kaha. And now they come and say that, yes, there should be peace, there should be this, there should be that. I mean, how two-faced can you be? And it is so very clear. Your strategy is all out in the open. You want the Delhi elections to be postponed. You want to spoil the atmosphere. You know that the situation is out of your hand. There is no scenario in which BJP is winning Delhi elections. And all this shows that Mr. Amit Shah is the most incompetent home minister that this country has ever seen. The last 8 months, the kind of violence and breakdown of law and order that we have seen in this country, we do not remember in the last 15, 20 years, at least, something like this has ever happened. Back to back, you see incident
Okay,
after
Mr. Goenka
incident,
wants to respond
when
to
the
that. I'll come to
entire law
Wasim
and
for the
order
last
system
word.
has been found wanting.
Okay, Mr.
Now,
Goenka.
I feel so hurt when there is a serious discussion of this thing kind of been done, where a boy has been injured who was doing a peaceful protest. There is a party which tries to talk always about elections, votes, postponing. Sir, 2 सेकंड तो इसके बारे में सोचिए. हमारा फेलो ब्रदर जो है वो हर्ट हुआ है, उसके बारे में तो चर्चा करिए. इतना कौन सा आपका चीफ मिनिस्टर को तारे लग गए?
सर,
कि
आप
2 मिनट में हम उसका डिस्कशन नहीं करेंगे.
अपने
Is
लीडर्स
it okay to
के
call him a
शब्दों को कंडेम
terrorist?
तो
Call
कीजिए.
Arvind Kejriwal a terrorist?
Topic today is
No, that's
the
not
boy's
the
been
topic.
hurt.
It's all
And
part of hate speech.
No,
The topic
I don't
is
know
not
whether
boy
somebody has
hurt.
called him
After that,
terrorist, whether he's
please.
terrorist or not. I don't know that. But today I'm concerned about a
You
peaceful
don't know
protester.
that. He's a democratically elected leader of this country, a chief minister, and BJP
No.
leaders call him a terrorist. Is that all right? Is that not
Let me
hate
tell you,
speech?
the serious topic today is a
What is the
person who is
serious
doing
topic?
a peaceful protest is been called
The topic is hate speech.
called as traitors by anchors. 2, there is somebody who comes and shoots them. They have a right to protest. Let them protest. Why are you calling them traitor?
By the way, who is a traitor?
Traitor who does not like this country.
Now,
If
how
you
do
do
you
something
decide?
else-
How do you decide?
That has been defined by the constitution. Please go and read the act. If you don't know,
So,
I'll provide a copy
I'll
to you
come back
tomorrow.
to the same point that is everybody who's protesting against the Citizenship Act a traitor?
That is your presumption.
No, I'm asking you.
I said, and even the Honorable Qureshi ji said that. So same thing. They are my brothers. They have a right to protest, and that's why we like them when they protest peacefully. Yes.
Yeah, which
If
is
Juman
exactly
Chacha
what they were
picks
doing
up a
today.
stone and breaks
Nobody
a glass,
broke
we don't like that.
Nobody picked up a stone today. Nobody burnt a bus today. Wasim,
Okay,
I'm giving
today
you the
nobody
last one.
did it, sir.
Yeah, nobody's done it for a while. Actually.
Why are you calling them traitors? They are
I'm not.
peaceful protesters.
I'm asking about which traitors the BJP keeps
Please
talking
have a
about.
distinction.
Wasim,
Traitors should be dealt very, very seriously.
इनके सवाल का जवाब दूंगा क्योंकि उस रात मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जामिया में क्या हुआ दिन में. पुलिस ने क्या किया जामिया के साथ. जामिया के जो एक खूबसूरत लाइब्रेरी को दिल्ली पुलिस हैव डिस्ट्रॉयड. Jamia library, which was so marvelous. And now you're defending...
What are you supposed to do in library, sir?
So library, people
you are supposed to study in library, or you should cultivate anti-India sentiments.
No, but
are you supposed to study in the library, or you attack the police?
Sentiment.
Please understand.
The police
you attacked police, so police retaliated.
Mr. Goenka, nobody
everybody knows
attacked
that.
the police.
You try to cover it up, sir. Please tell me. Okay, let me ask
There
one
is no
simple question.
anti-India
So much
sentiment.
Are you a
in
student of
Jamia.
Jamia, sir?
Yeah, I'm like...
Currently you're a student of Jamia?
No, currently I'm not part of
You were
Jamia.
inside the library that time?
No, see, let me tell you, I am an
respectfully,
ex-student
can you
of
tell me
Jamia
what is your
Islamia.
age today, sir? Can
No,
you
my
please-
age is
Ex-student of
28.
Jamia,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goenka.
Now please tell me, where do you study in library or you cultivate things which will hurt the law and order?
No, and what
See,
basis,
everyone
one second,
was
on what
reading.
basis do you say they cultivate anti-India sentiment?
That's the
Is that
police
not
record.
Where?
That's what you
Where?
see the police record.
No, where? You
They
have
were
some
attacked.
information? They
I-
were
I-
attacked in the library?
From
They
the
went and
library.
tear gas students in the
Oh,
library?
so if somebody
Mr.
comes and runs
Goenka,
and hides in the library, you should
And
not arrest
today-
that person.
No, you
Today-
must.
today
You
students
attack
are-
the police, you put stones on the police, you attack police with, acid glasses, that's all okay. But if the police does
For
any
you
action.
to make a
Now one
sweeping
thing,
statement
you
that
please
Jamia
decide.
is
Please,
creating anti-India sentiment is exactly what you're doing. You're trying to demonize an entire university.
That is
And
your
not-
presumption. That is your
Demonizing
presumption.
Those are your
I'm
words.
saying
But anyway,
the people who are
I have to
doing
leave
are
it there
not
tonight.
Islamic people.
Well,
These are the people who are handful people who have been
you are
misguided, and we should
justifying
identify
hate
them.
speech, Mr. Goenka, and that really is not
No, I
justified.
stand with my point.
Right.
My
Thank
brothers
you
are
very
not
much.
anti-national.
Thank
Don't
you
call
very
them
much.
anti-national.
Well, actually, we don't need anybody's certificate on who's national and
I have a
anti-national.
right to give them. They are my
No,
brothers.
you please give them to yourself, not to
Why-
everybody
why do
else.
you call
Thank
them
you very much.
anti-national?
Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks very much.